I spent time with the Bravo 23-liter backpack from Alpaka, and in this video, I'll review the good, the bad, who it's for, and why it's an intriguing mashup of my two favorite bag brands. Alpaka's gotten popular recently, or maybe they've always been popular in Australia. I'm not sure, but I've used 3 of their bags with generally a positive experience. But this Bravo pack is different than those other 3 bags. It combines elements from 2 competitors, Air and Bellroy, with Alpaka and Bellroy both being Australian brands. And the kicker, in my opinion, is that Alpaka is priced slightly below Air and well below Bellroy. This Bravo backpack looked kinda meh online, especially next to the Elements Pro and Metro Pro backpacks, but I actually ended up liking the Bravo backpack the best. And here's some stats. At 23 liters, it's definitely an EDC pack, or could be, I guess, a small travel pack, and that's what I used it for. Alpaka tends to overestimate the bag capacities for no reason, so I'd say this Bravo pack is closer to 21, 22 liters, especially with how the bottle pockets are designed. Starting with the outside, I liked the material and overall comfort, and disliked nothing really. No weaknesses that I can find. The look is minimal, with this extra pocket being the only design element, if you can call it that. A little Bellroy-esque. I like the look, but the material is what stood out. Alpaka's custom fabric is called Axoflux, so their Elements bags use Axoflux 600D, while this Bravo pack uses Axoflux 400D. And you'd think the materials were similar, but they're completely different. The 600D is rougher and similar to the material on Bellroy's classic packs, or I guess kind of like Peak Design, it's just rougher. But this 400D is almost identical to Bellroy's Beta ripstop material, or like a thicker version of Air's crinkle nylon. It's way smoother, less stiff, and really nice because it isn't as shiny or plastic looking as other recycled materials. And it has a little ripstop grid pattern if you look up close. It has dual bottle pockets I absolutely loved because they're very unique, especially if you live in a rainy area. They're pretty big and they fit a 32-ounce bottle, and they're kind of cut out here so it was easy to put the bottle in, but they were deep enough so the bottle didn't really fall out. And an underrated feature, this has the best drains I've seen because they're full mesh on the bottom. Many companies don't put drain holes at all, so rain can pool up in the pocket. And the ones that do put drain holes typically use a little hole punch. It's really small and they don't work very well. And the pocket itself is also designed a little different. From the outside it looks pretty thin and like it can't hold much, but that's because the majority of the pocket volume is actually on the inside. And so that's why I say the pack holds less than 23 liters if you have both of these full and eating into the main space. But I haven't really seen this kind of half sticking out design before. Usually the bottle pocket volume is just fully outside or just fully inside. So the pack had versatility to fit huge bottle pockets like when I hiked, or I could just keep that really slim silhouette going around the city or in the office. The back panel is also a strength. If the Bravo's look and material is more like Bellroy, then the back panel and structure is definitely like Air in a good way. The straps are solid, though I'm kind of bummed they ditched that weird geometric design, but these were comfortable. They're kind of thin, but pretty padded, and I was worried that they were too narrow up here, but there's this padded section right here which stopped the straps from irritating my neck. And I will forever sound like a broken record, but I live in a warmer area, so I tend to wear my backpacks with just a t-shirt a lot. And companies that put a rough edge here against my neck just are comfortable over longer periods. So my tip is to always look at this edge when you're choosing a backpack, especially if there's a stitched edge, just prepare for it to maybe suck, or just try these on in person. The back panel is very similar to Air's Pro packs. Very thick padding and comfortable, with a vertical luggage pass-through that I think most people like. And the bag stands on its own. There's also a hidden pocket behind here for passports, always appreciated, and it's actually large enough to use as kind of a quick access pocket for very flat things when I slung the bag over one of my shoulders. So overall, I think the exterior of the bag worked really great, and it just had no weaknesses in my opinion. Moving to the inside, the organization was great, but not quite as flawless as the exterior because of a few nitpicks on the laptop sleeve. The admin pocket here is nice. It's large and goes down about 3/4 of the bag, and I preferred this. I actually don't like when pockets go all the way to the bottom because it can be hard to access when the bag is full. It had a zip pocket and the other places to store random stuff, and for my use, this was the perfect amount of organization. Alpaka's other backpacks are definitely heavier and more robust with more organization and more padding, stuff like that, but this Bravo keeps it simple and light. The main area gives access to about 19 liters of space and has this slanted opening that I've seen on Bellroy's and Patagonia's black hole packs, where the zipper starts low and then it goes up high, so I could just kind of flip over the top and reveal everything when the bag was upright, since I think that's how most people are going to access the bag. Another mesh zip pocket here, and I kind of wish there were 2 zippers because like opening it from one side had some of my stuff falling out sometimes. So you can see the bottle pocket space down here, but they do fold away when they're empty. And another mesh zip pocket here. I just love the use of all these mesh pockets. However, the laptop sleeve definitely has room for improvement. It's in the main compartment and not separated, which I like, but I understand it won't work for everybody. But the padding is on the thinner side, and I think the false bottom should have been way bigger. So this sleeve is great for large laptops. It can probably fit like a 17-inch, but on most of my bags, I can almost drop my laptop in when it's sitting up on a desk like this, and I don't worry about the computer hitting the desk. But I don't have that same confidence with this Bravo pack. There is a false bottom, it's just not as high up as I would have liked, which is a shame because there's like so much room at the top here. They could have just moved the sleeve way up off the bottom to almost guarantee no fall damage. Okay, so final thoughts, and who is this Bravo backpack for? Well, to me, it's the perfect blend of Air's comfort and Bellroy's style and materials at a lower price point than both. It's a great EDC/small travel pack thanks to the comfy straps and enormous bottle pockets, but the Bravo may not work for somebody who needs a ton of organization and padding or laptop protection. I've been impressed with Alpaka's build quality and design for most of their packs, but one thing I'd like to see improved across the board is offer more colors. Anyways, comment below if you want a response, let's talk, and subscribe for new videos on Sundays. Thanks!